And Trivandrum Airport's websites and many more have been hacked by Park cyber attackers. All the websites are in the same server, and these are mostly airport websites which have come under the attack from the hackers.
When the enemy struck, we struck back strong. They tried to break us, but we proved them wrong. When our airport was under attack that day, we hacked Islamabad, made them pay. We are the warriors, the shield of the land, guarding cyberspace with a mighty stand. Every phishing trap we tear apart, protecting India with a fearless heart. Coal India was hacked, they thought they won. We restored it back, the battle was won. Their every move we turned to dust. Cybersecurity, in us they trust. China sent phishing to steal and deceive. We launched Margarshak for people to believe. A tool for the masses to keep them aware. No hacker's trick could bring us despair. Cohen was launched for the vaccination call. We found the loophole before it could fall. OTPs could be stolen, vaccines misused. We sealed the breach, no chance for abuse. We are the warriors, the shield of the land, guarding cyberspace with a mighty stand. Every phishing trap we tear apart, protecting India with a fearless heart. We are the warriors, the shield of the land, guarding cyberspace with a mighty stand. Every phishing trap we tear apart, protecting India with a fearless heart. 130 plus clients we secured with pride, strengthening systems, standing side by side. Indian cybersecurity, our name so grand. We are the protectors of this digital land.
So, hi everyone. So, welcome back to Indian Cybersecurity Solution and another session, another topic. So, let's discuss upon this topic. So, let me introduce myself. My name is Rohit Sharma, cybersecurity analyst in Indian Cybersecurity Solution. Okay. So, let me present my PPT. So our topic is the hacker toolkit. So what is the hacker toolkit? Practical hands-on ethical hacking workshop. So today we have the workshop upon the ethical hacking. So how hackers hack a system, each and everything we will discuss upon this. We have two case studies also. We will try to gain some knowledge about that case study, some experience upon that. Okay. So introduction to Indian cybersecurity solution. So we are dedicated to improving the cybersecurity landscape in India. Our mission is to provide comprehensive solution, training, and awareness to combat emerging cyber threat and safeguard critical information. As also, we are giving the services. We have lots of projects, means the network penetration testing, WAPT, Android, iOS, each and everything. Okay. So understanding ethical hacking. So what is ethical hacking? Any idea? Anyone? So if you have any idea, just comment it down. I have with my chat bar. I will check over here. Okay. In the comment section, you can comment it down. Okay. And please share this workshop URL to your friends also. Then they can also able to learn what is ethical hacking, how this attack has been happened, the real case studies. Okay. So basically what is ethical hacking? So ethical hacking is a security, means we need to secure our infrastructure, we need to secure our system. Basically if you are using your phone, okay, right now you are using your phone, Android phone, whatever you are using. So over there, if there will be any vulnerabilities, so what will happen? The vulnerability in the bug, the threat, you can say. So what is the risk upon that? So it might be possible that any attacker who is in the same network or using the public network, they can exploit that vulnerability. They can gain access of your account, of your phone. they can use check your credentials, they can check the files what you have been placed in your system, in the photos, the documents, each and everything. Okay, so basically over here the main concept to secure each and everything from taking the IoT devices or the our endpoint system or website, each and everything, the server, whatever we are using. Basically, we are giving some data to any e-commerce website, any social media. So we are trusting there, na? Means there are lots of social media platforms. So over there, what is happening? We are giving our photos, we are giving our personal information, we are chatting with our friends over there. So all the message, all the text message are being placed over there. They have the access of that. Yeah, na? They have all access, they can do anything they can, but there are some rules and regulations, they cannot able to misuse that. So we are trusting, then only we are using. If we cannot able to trust, we cannot able to use that. Yeah. So this is the basic one. So ethical hacking involves legally programming system and network to identify vulnerabilities before malicious hackers can exploit. So basically, there are three types of hacker, as you all aware with that: black hat, white hat, and gray hat. So in white hat hacker, basically, they are the legal one. Means they have the permission to test. Means basically, if I will explain you, there is a one website, there is a one social media platform. So they have hired some analyst, or they have provided that website that to the third party company to test my website, that is there any vulnerability or not. If there they can found some vulnerabilities, they can tell them the, yes, these are the vulnerability, you should fix that. So basically these ethical hackers do, so they test and they find the bugs and report to the authorized person. After that, they should, the developers, they should fix that vulnerability, then the retesting has been happened. Okay, this is the complete life cycle which happen for the ethical hacking case. So basically we have the permission, we have the NDA, without that we cannot do anything. But in black hat, they can do whatever they need. Means if they have the website domain name, they can enumerate, they can take the file, they can sell, they can do for the malicious purpose. Okay, so basically the main objective of the ethical hacking is to secure the environment, secure the website, each and everything. Okay, before the malicious attackers do. Means there is a website, the launching of the website is on today. Okay, there is a lots of vulnerability over there. So as an ethical hacker, we need to find that vulnerability and should report them to fix that. Okay, but in the case of black hat, they just exploit that, they gain the access and they misuse that purpose. Okay, so as an ethical hacker, we need to fix that. We need to make the priority that we need to fix, we need to find that bug before the malicious one do. Okay, which aims to cause harm or steal data. So the malicious one, the aim is to harm or steal data. Ethical hacking focuses on improving security. Basically, we need to improve the security. Means that there are a lot of vulnerable version is using, so we need to fix them, we need to tell that this is the latest version, you should fix. The priority should be the latest one, not to the oldest one, because in we should patch them, patch that software, patch that version. Okay, so protecting sensitive information, that the known vulnerabilities cannot able to exploit. Basically, if I will explain. So basically what is happening, this is the take that, this is the website which has been launched, website.com. So over here, a lot of vulnerabilities are there. Like giving an example that uh, SQL injection or cross-site scripting XSS, or some security misconfiguration, security misconfiguration. These are the vulnerability which is there. Okay, so as a ethical hacker, as a ethical hacker means the purpose of ethical hacker is ethical hacker. they have the permission, they will take the permission, or the website owner has sent the permission that please test my website, or they have the third party vendor. Legally, whatever the ethical hackers will do, it will do in legal way with the authorized permission, in the authorized permission, authorized permission. But in the case of black hat, in the unethical one, unethical hackers, they don't have the permission. They just suffer the internet, means they scroll the internet, they have checked that this website is more valuable, if we can able to exploit that, a lot of data we can get. So over here they will just do it unauthorized permission, means unauthorized, unauthorized means they don't have any permission to test anything, means they will just try to exploit that and need for the malicious purpose. Okay, but in the case of gray hat, in the case of gray hat, so gray hat basically hybrid model, gray hat hacker, and we can also say ethical hacker one, the white hat hacker, white hat hacker, or pen tester. Okay, and the unethical one we can say black hat hacker, and the gray hat hacker, they are hybrid mode, means both, they are hybrid, both the ethical and unethical hackers. So what they have means how they will proceed the training, not training, how they will proceed for the testing purpose, means the ethical hacker and the non-ethical hacker. So let me explain. For the ethical hackers, so basically the testing occurs in 3 stages. The testing happens in the testing started with 3 types, means there are 3 types basically. The first one is white box testing, white box testing, and the second one is black box testing, and the third one is gray box testing. Gray box. So there are 3 types of testing. So in the case of ethical hacker, they have the 3 one in the company. If the company needs that, please do for the white box testing, go proceed with the white box testing, black box testing, gray box testing. So what is gray box? Let me explain you this gray white box. So white box basically we have all the permission, we have all the details of the website, details of the website. Basically if we are testing example.com, so they will provide us the backend technology, what are the authentication, how many authentication are there, what are the backend technologies been used, each and everything, means API endpoint, if there are any API has been hosted, what are the number of pages, scope of work, what is the scope of work, each and everything. So but in the case of black hat, black box, we don't have any permission, we don't have any permission, we don't have any permission, nothing, just we have the particular domain name. Except that nothing, we don't have anything. But we have all the details of the, but in the gray box testing, we have the basic knowledge, means half information we have. Something means like not half, we cannot say about the half information we have. We can say that 2 to 3 information we have, like there are 3 authentication or 4 authentication or 5 authentication methods, or there will be 80 or 90 pages or 1 API or 2 API endpoints. It will be mentioned over there, and in this over here it will be fully mentioned what are the, and they will also provide the details that what are the API endpoint, what are the authentication. But over here it might be possible that we don't have the all information. Okay, so this is basically the 3 steps. But in the ethical hacker, they have 3 options. For the ethical hackers, they have 3 options in which the company needs to test. But in the unethical, they will do the black box testing. They need to find the information, each and everything. They don't have any prior knowledge. Means in the white box, they have the knowledge. No? So basically, the company will not share their details. So in unethical, they need to find each and everything. And in the gray hat, so they are both. If they are working on the organization, they will try to gain the information and try to exploit at your home, in the home, try to sell that details, each and everything. Okay, so in unethical, they especially depend upon the black box testing. They don't have any options over there, so they will proceed with that only. So sometimes a lot of websites, if you heard about, there are a lot of case studies that this company faced some cybersecurity attack, cyber attack. So what, they don't have the information, they have gathered the information by themselves, then they have attacked, they have find the vulnerability, they have tried to create a they have tried to exploit that vulnerability, then only they have that access. But in the white attacker, they usually have the information. In the black hat, they don't have the information. Okay, so these all are the basic how the hackers starts. The toolkit, basically the hackers toolkit, basically this is the description of brief description of hackers. If you need this, you can take a screenshot of that. This will be very useful for you all. Okay, okay, fine. Moving to next part. So this is basically the ethical hacking, the concept of ethical hacking. What is the how they harm each and everything. Okay, next, fundamental of cyber security. What are the fundamentals? Basically, they are CIA tried. I think you all have heard or not. CIA tried. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Means, if we will say confidentiality. So confidentiality ensures that sensitive information is accessed only the authorized individual. Techniques such as encryption and access control are commonly employed to protect data for unauthorized access. Means, let me take an example for the CIA thread. The Google Drive. The Google Drive. So we are using the Google Drive. Over there, what are the functionality over here? We can upload file. We can upload. We can edit. And we can access from anywhere. And we can access from anywhere. From anywhere means if we have the ID and password of the Google Drive, we can access that file from anywhere across the globe. But confidentiality means if I am uploading a file, means this is the file name test.pdf. So this is the file which I am uploading over here in my Google. It should be confidential, means anyone cannot able to check that what I have kept over the in my Google Drive. Anyone, nothing, no person, anyone cannot able to exploit that, cannot able to change that. Integrity means in the next part, integrity means they cannot able to integrate, means they cannot able to edit that file. It should be confidential for across in the Google Drive. Means in the Google Drive it should be confidential, and without my permission anyone cannot able to edit. So we have also a permission that we can give the access, full edit access or full only download access. So that will be covered in the availability part. So let me explain the upload. So over here I have uploaded a file. It is in the Google Drive. So I have the username and password. I am just logging into any third party account, and third party system is the another one system, and I have just accessed my test.pdf. I have downloaded that PDF. It's fine. But when I have just logged in on that device, and I have logged out that device also, but over there it might be possible that the access is been there. I have logged out from my side, means I have logged out, I am aware with that, I have logged in from that side, but on that time we have checked that account is present over there. So what will happen on that case? On that case, next person will try to access that my Google Drive. He will try to delete that file, the test file which I have uploaded over there. It might be possible they can delete it. Okay, they can also edit that file. Means I have kept like in the test.pdf some of the names, some of the usernames. Okay, some of the username and password of someone's account, of a organization account. So it might be possible the user can edit, the third party user can also edit that username and password over here. So the integrity is getting loose, confidentiality is also getting loose, the integrity is also getting loose, and we can access from anywhere. So anyone can able to access. Means not anyone over here. I know my credential and my username. If I know my credential and username of my Google Drive, so I can access across the globe. Means in previous time what will happen? On that time we need to carry the pen drive. So if I need to take this test.pdf, we need to carry the pen drive or the hard disk if I am moving to one place to another, if I am not carrying my laptop. Okay, so but now it is very easy that we can access this test.pdf across the globe. Means now I am in India, I am using this test.pdf in my system, but I need to use this at any other computer, in the third party computer or any other person computer in the another country. So over there I can also be I can able to use that test.pdf using my credential. Just I need to remember my username and the password. If I fails, then I cannot able to access that. Okay, so this is the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So let's discuss over here also. So confidentiality ensures that sensitive information is accessed by only authorized permission. Means without permission, I cannot able to share that file. I cannot able to access that. Means if there is access control. Wait. So over here, if in the test.pdf or in the Google Drive, there will some access in the test.pdf. Wait, I have given the permission. I have this account Google Drive account, and I have the test.pdf, and I have given the access of the test.pdf two person. I mean there are two person who can access this test.pdf. One is 123 at the gmail.com, and another one can be 456 at the gmail.com. So this, they have the permission to edit, they have the permission to access the permission. But I have checked that a third party, another person, means 6789 at the rate gmail.com, he can able to access my file test.pdf, but I haven't given the permission to edit. So the confidentiality is getting loose over here. What is happening? Basically the confidentiality is losing, the data is not secure over here. I have given the access to two users, but over here a third party user can able to access that file. So the confidentiality is loose. So techniques such as encryption and access controls and commonly employed to protect data. So basically for the confidentiality we use some of the encryption methodology. The latest one is AES 256 SHA. For that means whenever we are wait, let me show you. And in the lab partner, I will show you how to decrypt the hash also if the hash has been in the outdated version. So if the password, username and password, the password will be kept in the encrypted form. It might be possible, and my password it get compromised, and the third hacker can able to access the whole account, whole Google Drive account. It might be possible. That's why there are two-factor authentication, multi-factor authentication has get launched to buy that hackers cannot able to bypass this the authentication purpose. Okay, so this is basically the confidentiality part. Next, moving to the integrity. So integrity, I have just explained you. Integrity involves maintaining the accuracy and trustworthiness of the data throughout its life cycle. Whereas, let me explain one more example using the integrity. So basically, in the cyber forensic part, in the cyber take assume that there is a one case over there. A pen drive has get. Think that this is a pen drive and it has been found that in the crime spot, in the spot. So on that time what will happen, the investigation officer will create a hash of that this pen drive. They will create a hash of that file, and this is a sorry, this is the pen drive. They will create a hash of that pen drive, and after they have found, they have sent it to the investigation part. The investigation is ongoing. Investigation is ongoing on that pen drive, that what are the data is being present, it has not been altered. And sometimes it may happen na, that pen drive gets changed. They try to change that pen drive or can delete the files. So on that time the hash will also get changed. If the pen drive files will get deleted, if there will be two files, if there is in pen drive there are, wait a second, if there are two files, there are two files, one is example.pdf and another one is test.pdf. Okay, so in the testing but in the investigation part, it might be possible they have been corrupted and they have just deleted the test.pdf, or they have edited that file. Test.pdf they have edited, or they have add any other file by deleting the test.pdf and a third party file they have added over here. So on that time what will happen, the hash will get different, because on the investigation, on the judgment of court, on that time they will check the after investigation file. So the hash will need to be same. If the hash is not same na, so the integrity is getting loose over here. The integrity is not secure over here. So if the integrity is on that time is like giving an example, one like that, okay. But when they have investigated, after that the hash is come there like that. So the hash is getting different. So the integrity has get altered, and the file is getting means they have just deleted the file or they have edited the file. The hash will not be same. So this is the example of integrity. Next one is the availability. So what is availability? The available means we can access that files from across the globe. That Google Drive, the example of the Google Drive which I have explained you, that I can access that file across the globe. Okay. So availability ensure that information resources are accessible to authorized user when needed. Means if I need this test.pdf file, if I need the test.pdf file and I have uploaded that in the Google Drive only, but when I need, I am just searching where is my test.pdf file, where is the test. So it should be available on that time when I need. So this is basically the availability. So this includes implementing redundancy, failover mechanism, and regular maintenance to minimize downtime. Okay, so this should be maintained. The availability should be maintained. Okay, next is authentication. So it is another topic. It is not come in the CIA triad basically. So authentication I have added because to verify the identity of the user. This is the first step of the authentication. Means as you all know, whenever we are just exploring our account, the authentication is needed. Means if I need to access my Google account, so on that time they just need my username and password. If it will get wrong, then they cannot able to verify the authentication. The process of authentication gets failed and I cannot able to log in my account. So for verification, the authentication is very important. So if the data is available over there, the test.pdf should be available in the Google Drive. So to access that from the another country, so on that time I need the username, the username and password. If I forgot that, then I cannot able to access. So the authentication is being using over here. That the authentication is checking that yes, you are the valid person, you are the authorized person or not. Means you have the permission to check that file or not, or the to access that file to explore their account. Okay. So this is basically authentication. So authentication verifies the identity of the users and devices before. So in our system also, in our laptop, whenever we are trying to access that, take an example that we have just switched off our laptop and I need to open my laptop. Over there, I need to give the password, that what is your password to access your account, your user account, your system, your laptop. So on that you give your, if it fails, then you cannot able to log in. In our phone also in same case. Okay, so this can include methods such as password, biometrics, and two-factor authentication to strengthen security. So what is two-factor and that multi-factor authentication? And biometrics, so you know the fingerprint or iris, our eye lens. Okay, and password. So you should also give password in a case means uppercase, lowercase, complex password. You need to give complex password that anyone cannot able to guess that. Means you should not give the password like 123 Rohit. You are giving this kind of password, it can be easily be guessable. The use of brute force attack, then using the dictionary attack. I will show you in the practical how it has been happening in the real life. Okay. So this kind of password is very unsecure. You need to give like at the rate, R should be small, or for O you need to give 0. For H you can give capital H. For I exclamation mark. For T you can give anything whatever you want. This kind of sign. Okay. So if you are using this kind of password, then it is very secure that anyone cannot able to guess and anyone cannot able to change the password or cannot able to crack that password also. If this password hash will be generated na, so we cannot able to decrypt that, but over here in 123 Rohit it can be easily be guessable. Okay. And the two-factor authentication and multi-factor authentication. So two-factor authentication, and there is one more, multi-factor authentication. So can you able to explain me what is two-factor and multi-factor? Any idea upon that? If you have, just comment it down. I am just waiting for your comment only. But I am not getting any comment right now. Okay, so one person has just texted, is there going to be hands-on session at some points or is just theory? No, no, not theory. I will show you the practical part, the brute force part also. Same question, which tool do you hack any password? Okay, I will show you. I will show you, just be there, be present over here. I will show you how to brute force the any account, and for the hack any password, the tools. I will also explain you the tools also. So be present over here. It's all the session will be hands on in the practical part also. Basically, I am explaining the theory part also and the practical part. First, listen the theory, then I will move into the practical. So basically, two-factor authentication. So what is two-factor authentication? Means I have just logged in with my user and account. It will just share me a password, the OTP part that give the OTP. So first one is the password. First one is the password, and next one is OTP. And multi-factor password also, OTP also, and next one is that in Google na authenticator, or they will just click 42 in your phone, then only we can give the access, or any other methods to access. That means a third party one authentication gets added, one more verification also get added over here. Okay, so this is basically the authentication part. So exploring the cyber attack life cycle. So how the cyber attack life cycle happen? So the first stage is reconnaissance, means the information gathering part. Without information, I cannot able to find any vulnerability. I cannot able to test that. Basically, we need the information. The first step is in ethical hacking or unethical hacking, or in gray hat, we need the information of that particular domain. Or if I am doing a phishing attack, for in that case, I need the information of that user, that their behavior, what they are using, which website they are fond of. So each and everything I need for the attack. Okay. Next, the delivery means after I have scanned the recognized information and gathered it, I have find the part, what are the initial phases where attackers gather information about the target. Means I have just gathered all the information of that. After that, what I will move into that. Okay, wait a second. Okay. So in the recognize part, we have just find the information that these all are the information. Then we will proceed for the vulnerability finding. We have also find the vulnerability to identify vulnerability. Next, the method by using attack delivery means the method by using attackers deliver their malicious payload. So because whenever we are just try to hack any one of the systems, so we need to give some command. We need to deliver the payloads over there. Then only the remote access, the access we are getting over. I will show you in the practical also how we are getting full control of any of the system. Okay, payload to the target often through phishing or other. There it should be phishing techniques or other techniques also. If there will be a vulnerability, if in this website na, if in this website.com, if there will be vulnerability, then we will try to exploit that vulnerability. If the vulnerability is not out, but my main goal, my motive is to hack that website, so on that time what I will do, I have checked that there's authentication method, so I will try to share the malicious links, malicious URL to the employees of the website, means a website.com employees of them. If they will try to access, if they will click upon the URL or rootkits, there are lots of malware. I have explained in my previous session, in the previous workshop also. Over there, I have showed you the ransomware part, each and everything, means uh, concepts of ransomware, the root needs, you can check over there also. So we over there, they will try two method, means either the phishing or try to exploiting some vulnerabilities. So we can able to do phishing or other techniques. Okay, so this is will deliver, means I need to deliver my payload over there through any techniques, whatever I can use. Next one is exploitation, execution of the attack where malware is activated to exploit the vulnerability identified in the reconnaissance phase. So the vulnerability which we have identified in the information gathering part na, so we have just created a payload, we have just delivered that payload also, either the phishing email or getting a remote access. On that time we need to execute, means Without execution, we cannot able to get the access. We need to execute that. So if they will click upon the URL, if it has a code, if I have coded like a way that anyone can able to when clicking upon download, when it is been downloaded in the system, it will automatically start that part. Automatically the execution will happen without user interaction. Means without user interaction, it will get started. Okay. So next one is installation. So after delivery, we need to install that, also exploit that, also the stage where the attacker establish a foothold in the target system, often through backdoors or rootkits. We need the backdoor command. We need the backdoor access also, or rootkits. Or rootkit means root access. Command and control. We can able to control each and everything. What are the files are present over there? Let me check the comments also. Okay, fine. So the attacker gains remote controls. We can get the access. Means actions and objective. The final phase where attacker achieve their goal whenever we are exploiting that part. So we have achieved that part. Na? Means we have exploited successfully, such as this data exfiltration or system disruption. We can disrupt the system. We can uh, take that data. We can do it for malicious purpose or whatever. The basic goal is to gain the data. So next one is introduction to penetration testing methodology. What are the methodology we use? Penetration means the ethical hacking part, the planning phase. So whenever we are just testing any website, we need to plan. The planning phase involves defining the scope, goals, and rules of engagement for the penetration testing. This is crucial for ensuring both the tester and the client have a clear understanding. Means the basically scope of work. What are the scope we need to test? What are the scope we don't need to test? So we need to have a clear understanding. Basically, we also provide the services of VAPT. So whenever we are just communicating with the client, on that time we just explain that yes, these are the scope. They just send us the scope. These are the scope you need to test. Except that you don't need to do. So these are the planning phase. We plan accordingly how we will proceed with the testing part. Okay. Client have a clear understanding of the objective and limitation of the testing process. We have some limitation. We cannot able to because it will be live. The projects we are getting it is all are live. So if we are doing anything, na, they have the reputational loss also. They will a financial loss. It might be some problem. That's why we need the clear understanding in the planning. We need to do the planning. Without planning, we can't able to do anything. Next one is scanning phase. That in the white hat we are getting the information also. So in next process will the scanning part. On the scanning part, we are just getting the vulnerabilities. What are the vulnerabilities? So check during the scanning phase. Various tools are used to identify. So in scanning phase, lots of tools are there to find the vulnerability. In this workshop, in this small session, I cannot able to show you na, because if the website is using WordPress or Node.js like that, so we need to depend upon other. There are lots of specific tools for according to the data which we are giving, which we are getting. So I will show you some basic. Wait for more 2 to 3 minutes. The phase involve both active and passive. So both active reconnaissance and passive reconnaissance also. In the scanning phase, we just verify that whatever the data which we have, it is being present or not. Okay. To gather much information means we are getting some information. We are getting 10 information, but if we can to find some more information, that will be easy for ourselves. So we try for more, that more data we can able to find system without altering the target. So we not alter any target. We just find the vulnerabilities and tell them that these are all the vulnerability which we have. So gaining access phase means after that part we need to gain access. Some of the clients that yes exploit that, try to gain the access. So gain the access. The gaining access phase is where actual exploitation occurs. Over here we actually exploit that vulnerability, the specific vulnerability. After that the maintaining phase. We need to maintain that phase also. Means if we are exploiting the vulnerability, we need to maintain that part. Unauthorized access to system and data. This highlights the real world risks posed by security weakness. Each and everything. Okay. Next, maintaining access after the exploitation part. If the exploitation is successful, there are lots of method of exploitation. So if we can able to maintain that access, then find that we have done that. We have established a backdoor command over there, and we have the access. We can able to continue. Our maintaining access involve establishing a backdoor or other persistent method to ensure continued access to the system after the initial exploitation. The phase demonstrate how attackers could retain control over compromise. So how we can able to control means if I have there are two boxes, and this one is my machine and this one is my Linux machine. This is the hackers friendly means whenever the hackers try to hack, they use Linux. I think you all have heard. Linux is very basically this is the open source tool, open source OS. It is free for all. Anyone can able to use. Basically, I am using this OS by using a sandboxing environment by creating a sandboxing using my VM. And there is one more box that's Ubuntu. If you see Ubuntu 16.04. So I will try to show the practical part in this because I have the permission over on this machine. I cannot able to do in the real time. I can show, but these all are the unethical part. So I will try to hack this machine without any my prior knowledge. Okay. So we need to maintain the phase backdoor command. If you have more questions upon that, you can just comment it down. I am checking that comment also. Okay. So next one is analyze phase. We need to analyze that yes, we have found that the analyze phase focus on documenting finding. We need to create the document that these are the process which we have done and these all are the vulnerability which we have. And we also give the remediation part, providing recommendation and remediation. This is essential for organization. Basically, if we are finding that we need to tell that these are the process you need to add, it should be bypassed. I mean, the vulnerability will go patched. Okay. There are lots of process. Next one, different types of security testing. So there are lots of types of security. Identify system vulnerability. Basically, there are an NPT, WAPT, this kind of you can say the types. Means in the WAPT testing, web application penetration testing. Over there, what we do? Over there, basically we deals with the website part, not in the network part. We deals with the website part. If this is the website, so we deals upon this how to alter that. If there will be any input field, so we try to enumerate that, try to find the SQL injection vulnerabilities or cross-site scripting or misconfiguration, each and everything. Okay, we deals upon the on that time. But in the NPT we deals upon the network part, how to bypass the authentication of any of the users in the network. Okay, next Android also there are Android testing. It is basically same as that web application iOS. So simulates real world attacks. So basically we also try to test the website and the network part in like the real world attacks happen. Basically, if we are getting a website, means if I am getting a website, this is the website you need to test. So I will think like a black hat hacker, that how they can able to exploit that, and that methods I will also use. Basically we are also hacker but we are legal. Okay, so we will try the same methods, each and everything as the black hat will also use. Each and every method will be same, but what is the difference over there? We are ethical and they are unethical. They don't have permission, we have permission. Next one is comprehensive system evaluation. We need to check the system, each and everything. Next, we also check for the compliance that it is fixed. If a website has a payment system, so we need to check for the compliance also. Na PCI DSS, we need to check for that also. If we are not checking the payment gateway, payment system, so it is not fully tested. It might be possible in the payment gateway the vulnerability is there and we haven't tested. So we need depend upon the compliance also. So basically the hackers toolkit overview. So what is the hacker toolkit? So right now I have explained a lot of things, how the process has been happened, how the hackers try to hack anyone, or what are the methods, how do we be securing each and everything. So these all are the process which I have explained you. So basically these all are the mindset the hackers have in their mind. Okay. And you need to, this information also, that basically if you will proceed with the ethical hacking, so you need to learn this concept. These concepts are very helpful. So ethical hacker utilize a variety of tools to access vulnerabilities. So I have just mentioned that we use a lot of tools. If I will give an example, so for Wireshark, Burpshoot, Nikto, Hydra, John the Ripper, Nmap. There are lots of tools over there that we use. We depend upon them. Okay. There are basically two types of testing. One is manual and one is automate. So basically, we depend upon the automate and manual. We do the testing in the hybrid mode. In the first of all, we test for the automated, then we do go for the manual test. Or one team is doing for the automated part, and one team is going moving into the manual part. So basically we are testing in the both way that any hacker cannot able to exploit. Before the hacker find the vulnerability, so for that we just test that they cannot able to find that. We test that. We try to find that vulnerability that hackers cannot able to exploit that. Okay. So this is the hacker toolkit that I have explained that there are lots of tools. If I will note it down now. So what are the tools basically we used? Nmap, wait, invisible. Nmap, Wireshark, Webshoot, Hydra, Obzap, I think you have heard or not, John the Ripper, believe it. Mm, Bloodhound, lots of tools. There are lots of tools over there. We depend upon that. For the information part, also we try to find for the active reconnaissance and the passive reconnaissance. So by enumerating the public data, means what are the public data which were available, we need to find from there. There are lots of time before uh, performing, before testing we need to find the information. These all are the find exploitation tools you can for the exploitation. One more tool is that metasploit. It is very important tool. If you can MSF console, basically the command is MSF console. This is basically the exploitation framework for the exploitation part. Okay, these all are the basic one, and we depend upon more tools also. Okay. So next one is network and web testing techniques. So first of all, network scanning. We scan the network. Network scanning will identify active devices on the network. Means basically, if we are getting NPT testing, means to test for the networks. On that time, what we will do, we try to take check that what are the devices are present in a particular network. Basically, this is the private network. This is a private network. So we will try to check what are the devices in the private network. It might, because there are a lot of devices in the offices, in the coffee shop, or you can say anything, the places, or in the corporate offices. There are lots of devices present. So as a hacker, as a penetration tester, network penetration tester, I will just scan all the devices. I will try to scan this private network, and it will tell me that what are the devices which they have in their network. Basically, what are the devices they have. Means if these all our devices are connected, na, we will send the ARP scanning ARP part. Okay, and it will say the private and the Wi-Fi, the router will say to me that these are the devices and the MAC address of devices are this. So this is the host discovery to discovering potential, and after that, if we are getting that, we need to scan each devices at one time. Means I will scanning these to find the vulnerabilities. Next this. Means according to the list, we will start the testing further. Next, web application testing. So what are the part? Means I have just covered that SQL injection, cross-site scripting. We test for that. Ops top 10, the top 10 vulnerabilities. Web application testing focuses on identify security flaws in web-based application. This includes testing for vulnerability like SQL injection, cross-site scripting, and insecure authentication. Tools used such as Bobshoot, OpZap are essential for the type of testing. Means these all are the tools which we are helpful for the web application testing, and there are some other tools also. Okay, one Abdul. Confirming the human is also a part of multi-factor authentication. You can say that if the biometric part, the fingerprint, if you are giving the fingerprint part, that it is also be there. Web application testing as well. Tools such as Offshoot or OffZap are essential for the type of the testing. Security assessment. So what is security assessment? Whenever we are just finding all of the vulnerability, we need to prepare one VAPT report over there, all the vulnerabilities and the remediation, the impact, which should be written over there. Security assessment encompasses a comprehensive evaluation of the an organization's security measure, policies, and procedure. This includes penetration testing, vulnerability assessment, and compliance check. So all the compliance should be meet. Means if there are payment for the PCCI, PSCI, DSS, it should be meet the uh, complaints of that. So organization meet industry standards and regulation. All the regulations should be fixed. Okay. Next, understanding password attacks. So basically, what is password attack? Means if I will say this is the two machine which I have, and I don't know the password of this user, and I have this attacker machine. So I will try to brute force that part. I will try to brute force this account, means this account using my Linux one. Okay, using this Linux, I will try to that. Okay, let me explain you this. What are the things? So first one is brute force attack. So in brute force attack, basically, predefined payloads are predefined word lists have been in our system. I will show you the path also where it has been present. So basically, in brute force, it will, if I don't know anything, I haven't the information of anything, but I will try to test it. So on that time, I will use the brute force attack. The predefined word list are present. I will just check one by one that these all are the password be present or not. It will manually check, but the process is automated. Next one is the brute force is clear. Na? Basically, the brute force is a predefined password, and it will check each and every combination. Means if I will explain you more. So this is a word list file which I have. This is the word list file which I have, and over here a lot of data is in present, a lot of data in line by line, a lot of password is in present. Means if I have kept a password 1 to 100, if I have kept a password means 4 digit, I have a 4 digit password. So this I will choose a 4 digit password word list, and over there all the combination are present over there, each and every combination. There are fixed combination, and it will check the authentication part. It will check one by one, means one time this, if it is fails then it will throw back, and next one this, if it is pass then it will show you that this is the password. So to mitigate that process, developer and the uh, security professional had added a that rate limiting, means rate limiting rate limiting part. So rate limiting part is that in 1 minute you cannot able to test a lot of password at one time. It should be fixed that if you are using 3 times, if you are giving wrong password 3 times wrong, then it should be blocked. It should be blocked for 30 seconds or 1 minute. So on that time, what will happen? This automated process will get terminated. Okay. So this is basically the brute force attack and the dictionary attack. So in the dictionary attack, na, I have just mentioned over here. Next part is dictionary attack. So what is dictionary? Dictionary means I have information of that person. Means it might be possible the user can keep like their date of birth, their predefined some words or their family information. So I have just gathered each and everything, and I have created a file over there and I've just kept that. Okay. So utilizing a predefined list of potential password, exploiting common password choice to gain unauthorized access. So exploiting common password. What are the common password a person can use in their system? Basically, some of the person are using in their laptop 1234, 11111, or 5898, random numbers, 5678, yeah, 129, or they say a pattern QWERTY. This kind of password a lot of person use. So on that time, the hacker misuse that by using the dictionary attack or the that part. Next one is phishing. So in phishing attack, they will try to send a malware in your system, and that will reveal your passwords. I think a lot of person auto auto process, autofill on that time. If I will share a fake page, a fake phishing page, on that time you will just auto login page, and it will just take your credential over there, and you have just need to press that okay. The credential will send to me. This kind of technique, basically these all are using happening in real life. We should aware with it. Okay, so let me do the brute force attack on this system. So I will try to show you as a gray box testing. Basically I cannot able to show you what are the devices are present in my network. So I will try to gain the IP of this machine. So for that I need to log in that machine. If we So basically the IP is 192.168.10.40. Basically we are doing the gray box testing. I will not take anything. I will just take the IP. Nothing. You can see this is the IP. I'm just noting it down. The IP 192.168.10.45. So this is the IP of the machine, victim machine. So this is the victim machine which I have. Okay, so you can also share this URL to your friends also. Then they can also able to learn this brute force attack, how the real time hacking has been happen. You can check over here. Okay, try to share this URL. Okay, one Yogesh Rao, you have just a question that it's an hands-on session. So it is hands-on session. Just try to follow whatever I am doing. Okay, so moving to this. So I just kept the IP of that machine. I don't know anything. I will just try to move. proceed further with this account. This is my victim machine. Sorry, attacker machine. This is my attacker machine. I will try to brute force that password of my Spike, this username with my this machine. Okay. How I will proceed with that? For that, I need to check the host. What are the device? So I have just checked the IP. If I will scan my network, na, so all the devices will be visible over here. So I'm not moving to that part. I'm just showing you the victim IP. You can also use the command sudo net discover and you can check that what are the devices present in your network. So in the I have the IP. I will just try to ping that IP. So what is the specific IP? 192.168.10.45. This is the IP which I have of that machine. I have the limited information, the IP only, nothing else. I don't have anything. I just try to ping that it has been accessible or not, it is in the same network or not. So basically, if you were able to sync this ping request, successfully sent the ICMP packet to that, and it is 10 packet transmitted. Means I have sent 10 packet to that machine, and that machine has received my 10 packets over there. So 0% packet loss. What at the time? 9144 millisecond. Okay. So, what is the first step of a hacker or ethical hacker or a black hat hacker, if you can say? So, the first step is to scan the IP for the vulnerability. That what are the open ports are being present. Okay, what are the open ports are there? Everything. So, for that, I will use the basic command nmap and the IP using these minus s v and the IP of that machine. Okay, and just hit enter, and this nmap will scan the whole ports, means what are the open ports are present over there and what is the version, also what is the version are present. So if you can able to see, this is there are 3 open ports present over there. 21 is for FTP, 22 for SSH, and 80 is HTTP. So whenever you are just scanning a network, and over there you have just scanned one device, one particular device IP. So just think that if whenever we are scanning that device over the HTTP, if HTTP is present, assume that or confirm that in that through that machine one website has been hosted. So if I will paste this IP in any of the Wait, let me copy that IP. And if I will paste it in browser, the server will show you that yes, this page is been accessible, that this is been hosted. So what is it been showing? It works. Means the page is there. This is the default web page of the server. Means basically this through this machine, a server has been hosted, that HTTP, the website, and it has a default. It is working. Okay. We can able to confirm, means we can confirm that yes, from that machine a service is running. Moving to this, I need to do a brute force. So for the brute force attack, there are two tools, Hydra and John the Ripper, or there are lots of alternative tools, but basically in this session I will use the Hydra tool. If you need more videos upon any other tools, you can just comment it down. I will try to create a video upon that and try to go live with that. Okay, in the next live session. Okay, comment it down. I'm just checking your comments also. Yeah, sir, I have a question. Yeah, ask that. You have the question, just ask me in the comment part. Okay, till now just I'm explaining that part. Okay, I will just give a high. I am using the Hydra tool. I have mentioned that. So for that, I will give sudo Hydra minus L. L is for the username. So what is the username On that case, the username is Merlin Spike. Merlin Spike, and in the minus p part, minus p means for the password part, means the diary, the file which we have, the word list file. Yeah, you have just texted Sayak that you have a question, but you can ask over here. No? Okay, leave it. If you have any query, I will explain you afterwards also in the comment part. Okay, sir, I have an internship with your company. What do I prepare? So you need to know the basic part. Basic one means how this is happening means some attack vectors, some what are the vulnerabilities, what is SQL injection, cross-site scripting, this kind of technical questions, or some of the practical based what we are teaching you. This kind of things you need to learn. Okay, sir, one example explain for using Wi-Fi hacking. So for Wi-Fi hacking, we need to do our system in the monitor mode. Okay, we need to do for the monitor. Without monitor mode, we cannot able to do. Basically, we don't have the permission in our system. Now we can de-authenticate that, and for the de-authentication also, we need the adapter. Without adapter, it is not possible for the Wi-Fi hacking. And if I will show the Wi-Fi hacking over here now, the live will get ended. I cannot able to show you because whenever I will just de-authenticate from all the devices, the Wi-Fi gets disconnected and the session will get terminated over there. It is possible, the Wi-Fi hacking is possible, but it will have some problem in we cannot able to continue the part, it will disconnect that. Okay. Okay, Sayak, you have an interview tomorrow. Fine. Best of luck for that. Be prepared. Yeah, it's clear, na? For Wi-Fi hacking, the tricoli. Sorry for the wrong pronouns. Okay, fine. So, yes, we need to evil twin with ESP32. ESP32 is the adapter, the chipset. Yeah. The first of all, we need to de-authenticate that. Then we will evil twins means making a clone of that. That same SSID, BSSID, the name of the Wi-Fi. Okay, moving to next. So this one is over here in the minus p. So I will just give a path means the word list file. So I'm giving my word list file and using the FTP port. I'm just trying to access over there, trying to check the password. So what is the IP in my case is 45.45 and hit enter over here. So it will start the process. I think it is okay. The path is being wrong. Wait, let me edit the file path. So slash home this is the path which I have that file. So it has been started. Okay, do you have any idea of OT security, cyber security? Yes, for that I will try to explain you in another video. Okay, for the OT security. For the OT one, I will try to create one more video on the live session. On the live session means for 30 minutes or 1 hour. Okay, on that. If you need more things upon that to cover, you can just comment it down. We will try to create one more video upon that after some time. Okay. I think you are talking about the OT that SCADA like that. Am I right now? Okay. So basically what is happen over here, so in the FTP, through the FTP port, I have just cracked the, this is the username which I have to know, this is the information which we have. I have just explained you, we are doing is a gray hat hacking, means I have the user ID and the IP. So without that, it is not possible to hack that. Or we need to use the word list. Means if I don't know the username also, na, I just need to put the word list file over here also. I need to create a one more word list file, or we can download from the open source. These all are open source, and we can paste it over here. That it might be possible the word list get also in the word list the username is in present. Basically, what are the names they can use? Means if we are using the HP laptop, so basically some of the people give HP username or their name only, their desktop, like, or desktop, or the person name. Means if I am using my laptop, so I am giving the Rohit Sharma login, this kind of name which we give. Yeah, okay, yes, fine. Okay, I will try to show you that part. Okay, Ramanna. I will try to check when I am getting my schedule next. When I will be getting free, I will try to show you. Okay, you are Sayak. Okay, fine. Moving to the next part. So this is basically I have just logged in using the FTP. We can also do for with using the SSH part. Means over here we have checked that this SSH port is also open. So we can do for that also. What is FTP, what is SSH, we will discuss on later, but for in the practical case we can just check what is FTP and SSH. Okay, the same command, nothing needs change, just we need to place the FTP and SSH protocol. When I will just attack on that machine, means how the attack wait, let me explain you one more, that how it has been happening, how it has been finding the path. Means the username, the password. Okay, yes, Ayak, okay, fine. You can connect me later with that. You can connect me later. Okay, I will help you with that. Okay, fine. So how it has been happening? So whenever I am just giving a slash home slash kali slash desktop slash test. So in the test, this is the file path. So whenever we are using, we need to specify the file and the word list file. Without word list, it is not possible to crack. Means brute force. What is the meaning of brute force? So I have explained you know brute force. So in the word list file, there are lots of password. The combination are been present over here. A lot of combination is been present over here. Maximum you can say 10,000. Sorry. So 10,000 password or 1 crore password or 1 lakh. It might be, it depend upon the word list files. Okay. The more combination which we are using, it will take more time. And same sir, can you explain me means in which case you are telling same sir means any question you need to ask, you can ask me. The track only. Okay, so over here there are lots of combination present in this, and whenever we are attacking, whenever we are giving that command, using that tool, so what is happening on that time, this password one by one it is going over here, it is just verifying that. And I have fixed that, no, I have fixed that Merlin Spike, the username I have fixed that the username is been this only. So I have fixed over here. So the username is this, and it will check one by one. The password is same. If it is fail, then it will go back, and it will go move next one. It will come, the next password will come over here, and it will check that this is correct or not. Next, this, like in one by, in a sequence manner, one by one, one by one, one by one. It is checking. It is checking. It is checking. After that, it will just verify that yes, one of the password is same, then it will show you the yes confirmation, so it has been finished. If you can read now, if you can just read this, you can able to understand what is happening over here. Just read it, means what is happening. So Hydra starting at this the time, maximum 16 tasks per server. So in one server the 16 tasks has been happening, overall 16, 48 login tries. Basically after 48 login try, it has given me the username. Basically in 1 minute, in how many time it has been mentioned, I think within a minimum time, within a second, you can say within a second, 2 to 3 seconds, 48 password has been checked. Login with the 48 password with the, before Merlin Spike, there are lots of 48 password is present, and it has checked in within a second. Manually we cannot able to do. If I will give you that password list, that 1000 password, these are the 1000 password list, just try to check that which password is suitable for that account. You can do that. It will take a lot of time. It will take minimum 1 day for you, 1 day, more than 1 day, 2 to 3 days. You cannot able to do that. But from this command I have just done within a second, within a second, not for a single minute also, within a second. Okay, HTTPA form for the live website, it will be HTTPA form, Sayak. And as I have explained also that we cannot able to do in the live website. Okay, EC Council theory exam, how prepared to pass the exam. So the for the EC Council that you have just explaining the how to pass the exam, you need to prepare. You need to have the hands-on practical experience also, and the theory part also. Okay, you need to work upon you. Whatever, basically we also give the training part also over there. We explain each and everything, each and every topic that you can able to understand, and you can able to proceed with that certificates. Okay. Okay, where I am just explaining this. Yeah, one of our targets successfully completed. So one valid password found. So one of the password it has been found, and it is showing you that the password is this, and the login which we have previously mentioned over here, the username, and the host machine is the IP. Writing restore file because two file worker threads did not complete until end zero. Okay, these are the, I think we don't need. So these all are the data which we are getting. Whatever in for within a second, 48 login tries has been happened. Okay. So I think that this part is clear to everyone how it has been happening. Okay, the brute force attack. If you will see now the file path of the, if I will show you the file path, the default, the basic word list is using rocku.txt. I think you have heard or not. Let me show you that part also. Special session for EC Council exam. For then it will take a long time. The session will be for 2 to 3 days. You need to prepare more. In 2 hours it is not possible to cover all the things. Okay, let's leave it. Moving to, yeah, but I'm showing you all the file path. Okay, fine. So slash user, uh, yeah, slash user slash share slash word list. This is the directory which we have in our system. Over there of predefined files is also present, the word list file for this all attacks. Basically we are using the Linux OS system. This system has been created for the hackers only, for the testing purpose only. Okay, so if you will do ls, if you can see the rocu.txt file, if I will open this rocu.txt file na, so there are lots of files, Okay, fine, Sayak. I will try to talk to the management. Okay, 3 to 4 days, but I need to pass that. No, whatever I teach you, taught you, it is enough. But you need to revise that part. You can contact to the management also. They will help you, or I will just contact with me. I will try to explain each and everything. Okay, moving to next. User share word list file. So over here, this rocky. If I will just open this file now, you can see there are lots of data is being present. Check that. Check a lots of file within the rocky.txt file. There are lots of keywords is been present, and it will check one by one. I think approx 1 10 lakhs more than 10 lakhs or 1 crore the file is been there. It will take a lot of time to open that. Just check that. Just check that. I am just stopping that part because there are lots of file we cannot able to. These all are the username, each and everything is been present, and this using this all are happening. I think you haven't downloaded the correct one. But then during RockU, my storage is the host keep getting reduced. Why? So on that time it need to check, it need to verify from my side because there are lots of file over there. Or you need to download it. Without download it is not possible. Okay. So I think this brute force attack has been clear to everyone. What is happening, each and everything. So live demo on brute force attack has been completed. Next, live demo save dark web access. So any idea about dark web? What is dark web? So basically, the dark web is over there. 99% of the, or nine, you can say 90% of internet is using is present over there, and we are accessing only the 10%. Or you can say 1% we know we are accessing, that Chrome, Google, but in the 99% of things are present in the dark web only. Dark web is the, why should it affect my host? No, it will not affect your host machine. I think your in your system the RAM is less, Sayak, I think in your system the RAM is there. You have if you whenever we are creating a sandboxing environment, na, so we need to specify some RAM. So if you are using 4 GB RAM or 3 GB RAM, then it will not work. You need to give some lot of. There are a lot of things we need to learn. I have showed that practical, and you have just opened your laptop, and if you give the command, it will not work. For that, you need to learn the basics also. Enter dark web and show us as a basically dark web. I can show you the dark web part. Okay, fine. Let me explain the part. So live demo save dark web. So what is dark web? So I have explained that 99% of things are present in the dark web, and we are using only 1%. Okay. So the demonstration showcases methods and tools for securely accessing the dark web, highlighting essential. Never try it at your home to using the dark web. It is very illegal thing. It is illegal thing basically. We cannot able to do without without permission. We don't have the permission. We cannot able to move into over there. Okay. Precaution to protect user identity and navigating this often misunderstood part of the internet, including use open. Because if you don't know anything in the dark web, just don't scroll it down. The hackers are present over there. They will try to access you. They will try to gain information of you. If you are entering into over there, if you are trying just visiting over there, they will check your credentials. Not credentials, they will try check that who is been accessing, means who are the person access the dark web. They will try to show you some banner, and if you click by mistake, then the ransomware, the worms, trojan get downloaded in your system, and your whole system will get corrupt, and they will demand for money. Not okay. Now, basically, not ransomware. There are lots of malware. If they will deploy our keylogger and spyware, then your whole camera will get access. Okay, so these all are the technique. Dark web I can able to access, but it is very means if you need don't need to use that, because this is some rules and regulation na. So next, what is OSINT? So what is OSINT? Open source intelligence in environment. Open source tools, you can say. Digital, let me explain you. So what is OSINT? Open source intelligence involves collecting and analyzing publicly available information from various sources to gather actionable insight. It is a critical component of cybersecurity for identifying vulnerabilities and potential threats. Means, sir, in Tor browser, the IP route keeps changing per website. Why I know? So that they can't trace, but every second the country changes. How it is impossible? Yeah, it is possible. It is possible. Everything is possible, but you need to know the correct path. You need to change the IP within a seconds. Then they cannot able to find. Okay. Everything you need to check. No, basically these all are using by the black hat hacker. We are not the black hat hacker. If we know that part, then also we need to we cannot able to misuse that. We can do it. We can use a IP changer for the IP changing. We can use that, or we can also use a lot of things. I can able to explain you. There are a lot of things present over there. Okay, sir. Okay, actionable insight. It is a critical component of cybersecurity for identifying vulnerabilities and potential threats. Okay. So this is open source intelligence tool, not tool. It is not a tool. This is OSINT. Is basically the Kali Linux is also a OSINT framework with the OS open source OS. It is free for everyone. We don't need to pay anything to download that. Okay, for OSINT, in the case of information gathering, we use this. Means if I need information of this, basically draw this whiteboard. So I need to. I will try to find across the public domains, across the internet. What are the data? What are the things is present in the network, in the internet of things, means in the internet or the IoT, no, means that in the internet what are the things are present, what are the data which has been leaked, we can able, we will try to find that. Okay, potential threats for anyway vulnerability, we need to find the vulnerabilities so okay, let me explain you one more thing. A website has by mistake they have shared the means if we will say na a website, this is the website. Okay, wait, let me explain with the practical. This is the website.com, and by mistake or the hackers have hacked this website and all the data has been leaked in the dark web, means all the data has been leaked. So on that time what will happen, I will just randomly search on the Chrome or Google that this website, basically Google docking if you will say, or some the files, means the details, the exact information of that website. So we can find publicly available the files which are available for publicly, we can able to find it, we for the hacking purpose or for the information gathering purpose we can use that. Okay, it is a critical component of cybersecurity for identify vulnerabilities and potential threats. Okay, so next one, understanding digital footprints. So what is digital footprints? So digital footprint consists of the traces left by user while interacting with them. Whenever we are interacting with a network, we are leaving the footprints over there. We are leaving the footprints. Basically, if I am accessing one of the website over there, they just say accept the cookies. We are saying that yes, we are accessing the website. We are leaving our footprints over there. Okay. If I mm, wait a second, if a website is there and there is an authentication method and I have just logged in over there, but I need to remove that footprints. So what will happen sometimes, whenever we visit that website once again, on that time you check that whatever the credential we have given, the autofill part, it will come over there, that click upon that, this is the email address, this is the email, they will just suggest you. But on that case we are not using them, we don't need that. We need to if any other third person will access my system, on that case it will show that no, this website is not accessible from my side. Okay, this digital footprinting. So importance of analysis, we need to analyze the percent, and digital footprint can help organization enhance their security. Means for that, if a organization has leaked their ID and password, and in the information gathering part, they have found that this password and username has been leaked and it is been available for publicly. So on that case, what will happen? The company will try to create other accounts, try to create secure passwords of that account, the username, they will change the username and password. Basically they will change the username and password that any attacker cannot able to use that leaked information. Okay, so possible by identifying areas of weakness, understanding potential threats, and implementing proactive measures to mitigate risks associated with exposed information. Means whatever the data which has been exposed, it should be fixed, means it should be changed. Okay. So one more case study, the recent cyber incident WannaCry. I think this is not the recent part. The WannaCry has been on the 2017 May 2017. The date has been mentioned over here. So in the case of WannaCry, what is happened on that time? Basically, on that time, it is the biggest ransomware attack. It has exploited a vulnerability called internal blue, and from by taking that advantage, the hackers or the team, the anonymous hackers, has installed a ransomware over there, and whoever using that version, whoever the person, yeah, the that version, that Windows version, whoever the person who are using that version, their across system, their files will get encrypted on that time, and they have demanded a Bitcoin for the decryption part. If you can check one inside a network, WannaCry is paid automatically and encrypted file on an infected computer, demanding Bitcoin ransomware for decryption. Okay, they just demand money. The attack impacted over 2,000, 2,30,000 system. Okay, 2,30,000 system has been compromised within a seconds with that one vulnerability, and 150 plus countries in the 150. Basically, this system, this OS is using across the globe. Na? So 150 countries have affected that, infected, hitting hospitals, government agency, telecom companies, transportation services. UK, the UK was one of the worst. Basically, the UK, UK has mostly affected with that ransomware, causing major medical disruption. So in the case of medical emergency, it will make a disruption. Na? Managra highlighted the importance of timely patching. So basically, what we have learned through this attack, we have learned that whatever the version, whatever the outdated things is been present, we need to update that. According to the latest technology, we need to update. A single weak point can be exploited by attacker. That exploitation could be dependent on by the phishing emails or that exploitation of that particular vulnerability. Okay, they can exploit that vulnerability, or they can send a phishing email to you and you just click upon that and they have just installed a ransomware in your system. So within a single mistake, these all attacks have been happened in the real time. We should aware with that. Okay, so what we have learned through the WannaCry, so timely patching, whatever the vulnerability which has been found, it should be patched on that time. Basically, the Microsoft have already released that patch, means they have released that security patch, and every user needs to update that, but some of the user haven't updated that, and by that vulnerability, they have the person who have not updated that system, na, on that case the attack has been happened on the particular device only, that ransomware has been deployed, not to other one. Okay, so you need to update your system according to the latest one. We are using our phone also, over there also same. Okay, if you can check that in the oldest version, if you are using Android 6, 7, 8, so over there you cannot able to use the payment system, or Android 11 also, the that banking page, official bank page, they have just stopped their services on that phone because they have some vulnerability in our phone. We are updating into the latest technology, we are latest version of phone, Android version. So cyber hygiene, we need to maintain the cyber hygiene, cyber security hygiene. Microsoft had already, yes, that many organizations failed to apply. So many of the organizations haven't updated that part, and that vulnerability has exploited by the this hackers. Okay, that hackers have exploited that weak points and demanded a Bitcoin. Okay. Next one is JLR attack. So recently, one more attack has been happened. That JLR attack means Jaguar Land Rover attack. The JLR attack involved a significant cybersecurity breach targeting Jaguar Land Rover compromise. So it is basically a few months ago only. This incident undergoes the critical needs of robust cyber. So basically, this investigation is ongoing. what is happened, what is not. Basically it has been according to us, we are thinking that it might be a vulnerability, outdated system or outdated version or outdated software. And one more, the phishing attack, that the hackers have sent a mail to the one of the employee of the jailer, and they have just click upon that and they have installed some uh, ransomware. What type of malware they have installed, it has not been disclosed right now, till now. Okay, it is under investigation. Okay, so it might be possible that phishing attack, through phishing attack or the outdated system, and that caused a lot of reputation loss and the financial loss also. I think 17 billion euro uh, loss of that company, because all the manufacturing of the service in the company, cars, each and everything has stopped overnight. Means for the 1 week, the all the service has been stopped, and that happened. That financial loss and reputation loss has been happened. So, what are the career path for you all? That if you are learning cybersecurity, where you can get a job. So, ethical hacking for the cybersecurity analyst, for the pen tester, basically to test the website, for the vulnerability finding, for the network pen testing, security analysis in the security system, management within the compliance part. Okay, in the ethical hacking, where you need to address the vulnerability in the system to prevent cyber threats. Okay, in the security element, defending organization security means you need to defend a SOC team. Next one is compliance management, for the compliance, that the company is following the compliance or not, industry standards and regulation regarding. Okay, incident CIDR means the incident response. When an attack is happening, on that time what will you do if an attack has been happened on that time? Okay, if attack is happen on that time, what you can do. So that is an incident response. Risk management, if this is the vulnerability, so what will be the risk of that, so how you will manage that risk, means mitigating risks, focus on identifying, assessing and mitigating risks associated with the information security. Security architecture, design and implementation, secure network solution to prevent sensitive data. These are the architecture. Okay, so till here we have completed our part, means the workshop. And if you are attending, we will provide you the certificate also. In the comment part, check that there will be a URL to fill the form. You just fill that, you will receive the certificate of the workshop. And hope so that you all have enjoyed the session very well and you have learned a lot of things according to this whatever I have explained you, each and every topic. So hope so you will doing well in your career. Fine, bye, thank you.